Hello, my love. I hope you are resting wherever it is you've gone. I wish the same could be said for me. I talked to Alan for a few hours tonight. Life is moving too fast and I'm overwhelmed. Usually I'd get high to slow things down. Though it was mostly effective, the aftermath was not. Coming down from a high is one of the worst feelings. Not because of the side effects these poisons cause, though they can get pretty intense, but because of the reality I was always met with. Everything that drove me to that point of desperation was right there waiting for me. Alan made me talk more than usual tonight. He doesn't let me avoid the hard stuff. Sometimes he pushes me in ways that feel uncomfortable. He says that change never feels easy, so I should just embrace it. He calls me a runner. Thinks I run from the parts of life that are difficult to accept. He's not wrong. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Drugs became my way of running from you. From my past. From the nightmares that became real. The night of my attack and anything else that threatens to make me feel too much. I started to shut down when he brought up my mom. Things have always been so complicated with her. Even when she was alive. Is it possible to hate someone that you also love? Because that's how I feel when I think about her. I hate what she taught me to be. And I think I love her by default. You're supposed to love your parents, right? But what if they don't deserve it? I told Alan that I hate her. He said that's fine, and hate is just an emotion like the rest. Made me feel a little bit better. I don't know if the hate I feel is actually directed toward her, though. I think I just hate myself for ending up like her. I was always disgusted when she chose drugs over her children. Something I didn't understand until I became a younger version of her. At least I don't have kids to screw up. I'm the only one that has to starve from the lack of harvest my actions have sowed. I'm doing pretty well for myself in this new city. Alan was afraid that moving would knock me off track. Too much happening at once is my recipe for disaster. He was kind of right. I've thought about getting high every day since I got here. No one but him knows that. Without people like him and Jenny around, it's hard to remember why I'm staying clean. Only thing that stopped me is I don't know who to buy drugs from. Yet. Easy to not give in when you can't find the thing you're craving. I've made a decent amount of friends so far. Not sure if I can really call them friends, but they're friendly, so that counts, right? Alex offered me a job at his bar. I told him I needed to talk to Alan about it first. It feels strange having to rely on a grown adult to make decisions when you are one yourself. It was embarrassing, but I was honest about it. I told Alex I don't have the best judgment these days. He understood. He told me that if it helps, staff can't drink while on the clock, and they don't allow drugs inside. I got the impression he doesn't realize how resourceful an addict can get when they are searching for their next fix. It was nice to have his support, though. He said he'd watch out for me. Alan doesn't think it's a good idea. Thinks it's too early in my sobriety to survive in that environment. I don't know how to feel about it. Part of me agrees with him, but the other says throw caution to the wind and just go for it. Best way to learn how to stay afloat is to dive into the deep end. But the possibility of drowning is what's keeping me ashore. I hate the amount of thought I have to put into things these days. I feel like a rebellious teenager who has to call her dad to ask permission to do things. I guess that's the price you pay when you're someone that's incapable of making the right decisions. What a loser I've become. I'm doing my best to stay busy. I found some new spots to hang out. I realize I actively avoid places that remind me of you. A somewhat difficult task when I see you in the simplest of things. I'm trying to convince myself that new memories will replace the ones that creep out of the cracks in the streets of this town. That eventually it won't hurt so much. But I don't want to forget about you. I don't want to paint over the life we built together. Then I'd just have to stare at the ugly wallpaper I used to cover you up. It's kind of like the scars the Watcher carved into my skin. The wounds have healed, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt to see them in the mirror. The sun is coming up, which means I should probably lie down. Maybe the daylight will keep my demons at bay. I wasn't sure about this writing thing, but it's kinda nice. I'll settle for one-sided conversations for a while. Until next time.